Hello, my name is Peter Kay, and I teach Tai Chi Chuan in Roxborough, North Carolina. This is the first in a series of instructional videos I've made for my students, Tai Chi form as taught by Professor Cheng to my teacher, Herman Kauz. You might benefit from having Herman Kauz's book, Tai Chi Handbook, to follow along with. This first lesson shows Wuji posture through grass bird's tail sequence to single whip. I will talk my way through a slow motion sequence and then present normal pacing in 4 views. Standard disclaimer. Before beginning any new or vigorous activity, check with your healthcare provider. And in any case, don't make it hurt. Sore muscles are okay, but joint pain is to be avoided. And if you're hurting anyway, don't make it hurt worse. It should be easy. It should be quiet. It should be concentrated. So, good luck with that. So to begin with, what we'll do is start this slow motion business. Heels are together, feet in a V. Spine is elongated. The head is lifted. Back of the neck is opened, slight opening to the cervical curve. And the hips are tucked under, a slight opening to the lumbar curve. Weight is settled to low belly and centered over the soles of the feet. Shoulders relaxed, chest relaxed, insides relaxed, and the hands will be alive. As you begin, backs of hands face forward, dropping onto the right foot, and then stepping to the left, shoulder width. We'll call the direction you're facing north, so the toes will point north. As you move on to the left foot, rising slightly, and when all of the weight's over the left foot, bring the right toes in so they too point north. And this first posture called Wuji. So, Wuji posture is weight 50-50, weight settled, hands alive. Spine is elongated, weight is settled. To begin the preparation, the body fills, the forearms rise on that filling, and the wrists are drawn up. The hands and fingers trailing, wrists come up as high as shoulder height, and then filling the hands and the fingers, emptying, the elbows drop, pulling the fingers through the air, and the elbows slide past the sides with the fingers trailing. When the elbows can go back no further, push down with the heels of the hands. Again, the fingers will trail that movement, and you're back to Wuji posture. Wuji, a very important part of all of this. Weight is 50-50, settled, relaxed. Head is lifted. Practice Wuji. Waiting for the tea water to boil, waiting for the cashier. Wuji. Tai Chi is as soon as weight changes, direction changes. Dropping onto the left foot, Bring the left palm in front of you, palm up, and pivot on the heel of the right foot. By the time all of the weight's on the left foot, the palms face one another, forming a ball shape, and the right toes point east. Dropping forward onto the right foot, the left palm balances that weight. This ball of air will be a balance for you. The left palm, dantian height, on center line. Step straight north. As weight shifts into the left foot, the left palm will turn to face you, rising along center line, and the right palm will drop to the right of the right hip. At the conclusion of weight shift to about 70% forward, pull the right toes in so they're facing maybe 30 degrees off of north. This posture called ward off left. Bring the weight forward until all the weight's over the left foot, and scoop the weight up as a balance with the right palm. Holding the ball of air, pivot on the ball of the right foot. Weight's over the left. Set your right heel where your pivot was on the right. As weight shifts into that right foot, your right palm will rise facing you, and the left palm is still in front of you, center line, palm down. Our heel sets down, right palm rising, and at the conclusion of the weight shift to 70% forward, the right hip drops forward and pulls the left toes in, so they're facing maybe 30 degrees off of east. And this posture called ward off right. Continue to turn toward the right by folding the right hip. The weight distribution remains 70-30. Fold the right hip without twisting the torso. As weight shifts back, you'll maintain this orientation toward the southeast. The right hand moves a bit closer to you, and the left hand drops, palm up, to a point where the fingers point at the right elbow. Weight's over the left foot. Rotate, and the left hand swings down, out, and up to ear height. The right palm is facing you, center line, and the hips have turned toward the northeast. As weight comes forward again to 70-30, bring the left palm forward to press the heel of the right hand, and the left hip again comes forward until you're square to the east direction. Hips and shoulders, nose and navel all point east, and this press, this G position, is 70-30 weight distribution. Relaxed, settled, 90-degree bends in the elbows. As you withdraw onto the left foot, the elbows open somewhat, the hands separate, and elbows dropping, the hands end up in front of shoulders, weight over the left foot. Then, bring your weight forward again to the 70-30 distribution, and the fingertips move up and out, and you end up with wrists shoulder height, 90-degree bends in the elbows. This is press, push. So the push, on in Chinese, would have 90-degree bends in the elbows. As you withdraw, that opens up. The forearms drop until they're horizontal, give or take. Weights over the left foot. Turn the torso toward the north and bring the right toes with you. Nose and navel line up, hips and shoulders line up. Weight still over the left foot. When the torso faces north, the toes stop turning, but fold the left hip so the torso continues toward the northwest. Right toes point north, and then this is northwest, give or take. Hips and shoulders, nose and navel, all facing the same direction. As you withdraw, scoop the weight up with the left palm that's going into the right leg. That's your balance. The right hand forms a crane's beak with the fingertips all touching the thumb. Wrist is higher than knuckles, elbow is lower than wrist, and left hand is palm up underneath the crane's beak. Hips have turned toward the northeast, weights on the right foot. Uncurl that position. Pivot on the ball of the left foot, turn the torso toward the northwest, and as you turn, that pushes that crane's beak out to the side. When the body faces northwest, the top of the wrist, the top of the shoulder are the same height. Reach for a 70-30 stance to the west. The heel touches, and then as weight changes into the left foot, the left palm rising and crossing in front of you. As the right hip drops in, it pulls the right toes forward. The left palm turns out, the right toes pull in, and this is single whip. 90-degree bend in the left elbow, wrists shoulder height, weight 70-30, settled. Now, for a different direction. Whatever direction you're facing will be north for purposes of instruction. Thank you. So, here's north, dropping onto the right, stepping to the left, right toes pull in, Wuji, filling, shoulder height, filling, emptying, heels push, fingers trail, back to Wuji. Taiji, weight shifts left, hips turn to the right, right toes point east, stepping straight north, left palm rising, right toes pull in, ward off. Pivot on the ball of the foot, heel sets down, left toes pull in, ward off. Fold the right hip, withdraw. Rotate, northeast, forward to press, 70-30. Withdraw, hands in front of shoulders, forward to push, 70-30. Withdraw, pivot on the heel, toes point north, fold the left hip, northwest, and now northeast with crane's beak. Reach for a 70-30 to the west, single whip. Now for another direction. We'll call that north. Weight drops over the sole of the right foot, left foot, shoulder width, right toes turn in, filling. Shoulder height, hands, fingers, emptying, elbows slide past the sides, heels push, fingers trail. Wuji. Taiji. Ball of air forms, weight over the right, step straight ahead, north, and now the right toes pull in, ward off left. Pivot on the ball of the foot, heel sets down. Left toes pull in, ward off right. Fold the right hip, withdraw. Weight over the left, rotate toward the northeast and forward to 70-30. Press, withdraw, and forward to 70-30. Push, withdraw. Right toes follow the hips as far as north. Hips push toward northwest. Hips push for northeast. And reach for a stance, 70-30, single whip, square to the west. Thank you. One more direction here. Facing north, dropping onto the right foot, stepping to the left, shoulder width, rising onto the left foot, right toes swing in, weight 50-50. Wrists drawn up, shoulder height, hands, fingers, emptying, elbows slide past the sides, heels push, fingers trail. Wuji, Taiji, weight over the left, right toes point east, stepping straight north, left palm rising, facing you, right palm pushing down, right toes pull in, pivot on the ball of the foot and set the heel down, left toes pull in, ward off right, fold the hip, withdraw, rotate, northeast, press, withdraw, 90-degree bends in the elbows, push, withdraw, weight over the left, weight still over the left, withdraw, northeast, north, northwest, 70-30, single whip, square to the west. Thank you.